All right, here's the plan. I'm trying to make a concrete keyboard case for my drop OLKB Preonic 60% ortholinear keyboard, and I want the finished product to look like a slab of stone with veins of MITHRIL running through it so that I can use my dwarvish MT3 keycaps from drop.com. I am starting with XPS foam that I'm going to make a mold out of. The mold will create an upside down keyboard case. This is 1-inch XPS foam. It's extruded foam. It has a very smooth finish. It's fairly rigid and it's 1 inch thick. This is the switch plate for the Preonic keyboard. I have pinned this using nails to the foam. I'm gonna trace it and cut it out. This will act as the outdent in the bottom of my mold. Okay, so one of these cuts went a lot better than the other. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this because I don't think it will matter that much. If I prove myself wrong, that's okay, I guess. I will do it again. Okay, I played it off like I wasn't worried about the rough edges. Turns out I was, but not because I need the finished product to look perfectly smooth. I was actually just concerned that concrete would get in those indents and make the case really hard to remove from the mold. I went ahead and sort of encased the outdent block in packing tape. Might be hard to see on video, but those rough edges are now nice and smooth and sealed off so concrete can't get in there. I'm hoping this will also make the mold a little bit more slippery so that the case, which will be sitting on top like this once it's poured, can pop off of the outdent. We'll see if that works. The plate fits perfectly in what will become the indent for said plate. The PCB is slightly smaller than the switch plate, so I'm confident that the PCB, switches, switch plate, keycaps, that whole stack of goodies will fit nicely into this indent. Now, the next thing to do is to create the box that will basically form the main body of the case. The bottom of the box I create will form the top surface of the case. The bottom of the finished case will be either just flattened with gravity on the upwards open side of the mold, or I will trowel it flat depending on the consistency of the concrete I come up with. I'm basically going to measure or not a box. Okay, so my plan here is to make a huge case. I want it to be really maximal. I want it to be extremely heavy. I want it to look like something straight from Moria. So I'm gonna go with a 3-inch bezel around the back and sides. That'll result in about a 4-inch bezel on the front edge. I want that to act like a wrist rest. Okay, so I have cut the bottom of the mold, and I've now cut the 2 side walls of the mold. They're gonna stick on the outside of the bottom of the mold, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain this. This is gonna go underneath the mold. This is gonna be a wall for the mold. You'll have to trust me and just see what I come up with. I'm not sure if I even trust myself at this point. We're gonna see what happens. The case will be wedged up like so. This, for the actual PCB and switch plate, will be towards the deep end of the case. These were actually cut from the same piece. The wall and the wedge, that just makes sure they're at the same angle. So this one will go on this side like so. See what I mean? I did put a channel in the mold. This will go from the USB-C port in the PCB to the back of the case, and it'll be like an open channel to fiddle with your USB cord. It did occur to me to create like a conduit, PVC pipe or something, and make a tunnel that goes to the USB port, but I'm worried that that'll make it really hard to plug the keyboard in. It was suggested to me that I just use like a USB extender that goes from the PCB to the outside of the case, and then that's where you plug the keyboard in and out. I just don't really want to mess with that. I'm hoping that this does the trick. We shall see. I'm a little bit worried about getting the concrete out of the XPS foam, so I'm gonna paint it with mineral oil. I did a cursory search and that is maybe gonna work, and if it doesn't, this is like $5 worth of foam. I'll try again. Okay, I've just mixed up my topping mix. This is like concrete that's sort of extra fine, so it leaves a smooth finish. It looks kind of like it'll pour, but still self-level. I don't want it to be too firm. I've never mixed concrete before. We will put it in there and see what happens.